cats and kittens. Welcome to the Mystical Madness. That is Peri, Lyons, New York City celebrity psychic. Hope you're having a great day and really happy you're here. We're going to be taking calls. Feel free to call the number on your screen. If there isn't a number on your screen, just write one and then call it. And before we start, we're going to do a couple things. I'm going to be drawing some cards to talk about what the week looks like for just sort of in the mystical weather, the week's mystical weather. And we're also going to be talking a little about, and by we, I mean me, although feel free to chime in at home, the origin of psychics. The first, really famous psychic was not Miss Cleo. It was, in fact, several thousand years ago in ancient Greece. Now, apparently, it was at Delphi, which was a city which was thought to be the center of the world. And that was because the great god Zeus, apparently, decided to find out where the center of the world was by sending two his ravens, who were his messengers, out. They were going to fly from different points across the world, and where they crossed was going to be the center. That's because Google and GPS had not been invented yet, although you'd think being a god, he could have figured that out. Anyway, so the Oracle of Delphi was Apollo's oracle at this mystical city. And she would lie naked in a hammock, which is next week's show, and she would answer questions. She was suspended over a fissure in the rock, a crack in the rock that emitted these gases. Don't wait for it, it's better than it sounds, that would have kind of almost a hallucinatory effect on her. And she was also just potted most of the time because a lot of wine. It's boring in a hammock waiting for emperors to stop by and ask things. But she was renowned for giving answers to people like Alexander the Great and various other emperors who would ask things like, should I raise the city of Carthage and sow the ground with salt? Which is a little different than do you think Ashley in accounting likes me? But both are equally valid. Anyway, so she would sometimes give mystically misleading answers, which were correct in hindsight, but at the time made the king think something different. And I'm just going to say that's a really good trick. So that's the Oracle of Delphi, and that was the first really famous psychic that we know about. And so before we start, a couple of things. We're going to choose a couple of cards to see what the sort of weather of the week will be for you. And the first card is the Ace of Spades. This is a new pack, which is also the Ace of Pentacles in regular Rider-Waite Tarot. And this always signifies the beginning of a new cycle of prosperity and the beginning of a new cycle of it's like you've learned more about how to navigate the world. And this week, you're going to be starting a new cycle, a step up, which is going to put that knowledge into reality. That's a good thing. We like that. One other thing that's coming up this week, this is the Wheel of Fortune card. Oh, Wheel of Fortune. And this card is always great to see when I'm reading for somebody who's maybe had a tough year, because what this means is, and it's an important card, what this always means is your luck was not so good lately. So, and now it's going to get a lot better really fast. And that's a card we generally like to see. I have never done a reading where that card shows up where that didn't happen. So drawing that for my lovely little cherished ducklings at home, you guys, is actually kind of great. And the last card is, oh, how great. This is the card of either taking a short trip. Why am I holding this in front of my face? Sorry. Either taking a short trip. It's also a card of being very protected this week. And so take a short trip if you'd like, and feel protected, because both of those things are going to be coming into play. So, hi, what do we got here? How are you doing, darling? How are you? Your name just flashed in my screen, but I didn't get a chance to read it. Was it Leslie?
Connie.
Oh, gosh. Connie, I'm so sorry. Oh, great name, too. Is that short for Constance? Beautiful name.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And how is California treating you? Which part are you in?
I'm in San Diego in a little town called Vista.
Oh, that's a nice town. Say hi to San Diego nice. For me. Yeah, mm-hmm. I have a friend who lives right there. So before we start, just tell me when your birthday is, and just the day is fine.
Okay, it's August 23rd.
I'm sorry, what, 23rd?
It's August 23.
Oh, August 23rd. Oh, that's a very powerful day. That's known as the Day of the Sphinx. People on that day are very creative and artistic, which I think you are, and they are, but they're very precise. They're good, and they have a lot of like kind of spiritual and emotional integrity. It's a good day. So, anyway, so what's your question today, my love?
About my job. I want to know if I'm going to be promoted soon, or how things are going to be developing.
Okay. Now, my feeling is that, and I'm going to give you a tiny bit of unasked for real life advice. Let me draw some cards for you, but I'm also going to tell you what I just sort of psychically got, which is that you actually do a really good job. But I don't know if they're noticing as much as they could, the people in charge of giving raises and the people in charge of promotions, because you're very modest. And you're more interested in doing a terrific job than you are in calling attention to yourself. And while I admire and respect that, I'm going to say that, darling, you've got to start blowing your own horn a little more. I don't mean walking around the office saying, I am fabulous, although that works too. But I am going to say that I think if you can figure out subtle ways, and you can do this. If you can figure out ways to sort of call attention to the good work you've done, because you do very good work, in a way that's gentle as you are. I think that's one thing that will speed up the promotion. As things are right now, I'm getting that probably your promotion is going to come a couple months later than you'd want it. So I'm seeing like September or October. I would like to, maybe even November. I would like to see you get it in July, okay? Maybe June. Okay. So what I'm going to say is it is lovely to be a modest person, and I respect and admire that. But I also want you to make the money you deserve, send your kids, to fun after-school programs because they're talented, and that kind of thing. That makes sense?
Yes, very much. Thank you.
Sure. I was going to pick a couple of cards for you if you want to stick around for a sec, but okay. All right. A note to viewers. You're allowed to have a little more time. So, Connie, it was great to talk to you. And remember that you're allowed to be proud of the great work you do. So, and call us when that promotion comes through. Oh, good. You're still there.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Be good. Talk to you soon. Hi.
Bye.
No one is there, not even the chair, as Neil Diamond, I believe, said in a song. So it's interesting that this week, that there's so much going on with the cards this week. What they're saying is that this week is going to be very kind of a new start in a lot of ways. And there's going to be a lot of, if you're up for it, there's going to be a change in luck for the better, not to sound like Sister Eliza, reader and advisor, but I'm not sure I see a tall, dark, handsome man unless you want one, in which case knock yourself out. But it does, the cards we got this week are very much full moon cards. And this weekend, and by the way, happy Passover, happy Easter. This weekend has an amazing full moon in Libra. And full moon in Libra means that, oh gosh, it means that people are going to be feeling dreamy and romantic. And so take advantage of that if there's anybody you got your eye on. Also, this week, you're going to be able to sort of cast a spell. Your people are going to be enchanted with your perceived beauty. Even if you're not very confident about that, you know what? Grab some mascara, no matter what gender you are. It's a good thing. And sashay out if you're single, and if you are double, if you're in a relationship. It's a really good weekend, especially Sunday, to kind of appreciate what each other brings to the relationship and also make an effort. We're all going to be dressing up this weekend, one way or another. So that's nice. But, it's a weekend. Libra is about beauty and balance and fairness and all good things. So enjoy the new cycle of good luck, the new cycle of prosperity, and that old devil moon in Libra. Hi. And once again, my producer flashed the name and said, tell me your name, because it went, boop. So unless your name is Boop. What's your name, my love? Hi, you there, darling?
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Hi, are you talking to me?
I am talking to you. And
Okay, hi.
I'm happy to be doing so. What's your name, my love?
Hi, hopefully I can get a good connection with you, because it's a little in and out.
I can hear you, but
So,
I will speak louder. How's that? So I'm glad you're here. So tell me your birthday. That'll give me a handle into you.
okay.
Can you hear me well?
Yeah, I can kind of hear you. My birthday is July 25th.
Oh, good day. Early Leo,
Yeah.
which is like all the best parts of Leo without kind of some of the like, will you cut that out parts? That's very good. So, and
At what part?
without Leo's, and anybody who's watching this who happens to be a Leo born in August, please understand that you are the exception to the rule. But many Leos born a little later in the sign are can be a little attention seeking. So, but I'm partial to the first week in Leo because they tend to have all the charm and sparkle, but not so much of the high maintenance. Anyway, how can I help you today, my love?
Well, do you have anything for me? Anything that you need to tell me?
1 second.
Okay.
What's interesting about you? Girl, you're a bundle of very attractive contradictions.
I am.
Yeah, you're very socially skilled, and you are, don't even bother telling me otherwise. You're very socially skilled, but at the same time, you feel like maybe very few people really understand you or know you. You, oh, this is funny because our last caller had a bit of this too. You know that you are very smart. And again, don't bother to contradict me. I'm right. You're very smart, but there's a certain part of you that doesn't want to self-promote. You have that kind of that doesn't want to self-promote. You have that kind of Leo pride that sort of wants people to notice who you are, you having to tell them. So you're kind of charismatic, but you kindness. Ask the cards what's going on with you. This card makes me think that there's an idea, a project, or a new beginning that you want to make, but you've been talking yourself out of. Does that ring true at all?
I mean, maybe.
Maybe?
I mean, yeah.
Always had that you've given up on it? But screen's frozen again.
Unfortunately, I can't understand what you're saying. Well, it just breaks in and out. Like it's not a good connection. I can't really fully understand.
No. Okay. Hold on. Let me tell the sound gremlins to leave us alone. Sound gremlins, be gone. Okay. Can you?
It's just, it's just real spotty. I don't know.
I'm going to continue to speak, and you can go on YouTube and find it later. But I'm just going to tell you what I'm getting for you, which is that it feels to me like there's something that you've always kind of dreamed about doing, and that you kind of talked yourself out of it because the world is a practical place and we have to make a living. But what's coming up for you is an unexpected opportunity to have that dream again or attack it from another angle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. That's one thing I'm seeing for you, that there are kind of these opportunities coming back around for you that could be things that you thought, I can't do that, but they're coming back around and presenting themselves because the universe has a bit of a plan for you. And even if you don't think that plan is possible, the universe is rather large and rather persuasive. So the other thing I get for you is that you're either in a relationship that you've kind of gotten a little not bored with, or you're not with somebody. There's similar energies. That energy can be, it's an energy without a lot of excitement in it. So if you are in a relationship, I would say either make up your mind to bring the romance and excitement that you want, bring it to the relationship without asking for the other person to do it first.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's something you really want. And if you're not in a relationship, what?
Say that last part again.
I said, if you're in a relationship, if you're feeling a little, if you're in a long-term relationship, there's always that moment when you're like, I'm not bored, but I'm not, I know I love this person, but it's not as exciting as it was. If you're in a relationship, this would be a really good time for you to say, okay, what would I like this other person to do for me? And then do that for the other person. So if you're not getting what you want right now, take a deep breath, say, okay, well, life isn't fair, so I'm going to do this myself and give to the other person what you want them to give. Because there's life in this relationship. I think communication is a little stuck. That's what I'm getting. But a full moon in Libra this weekend is a fantastic, especially for you, a fantastic time to say, okay, do I want more, sexy time? Do I want more attention? Do I want this person to give me an unexpected gift? And do that yourself for the other person. And it might not seem fair that you have to do that, but think of it as a magic spell that makes things a lot better, a lot faster. Does that make any sense to you? Does that resonate with you?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I will try that out. And,
you have a really nice speaking voice. I don't know if you've ever thought about doing voice work, but if you wanted to take a class in that, that's also something that could be a little side hustle moneymaker for you. I know you've probably never thought about it, but I'm thinking about it for you.
I think a long time ago, but yeah.
What? Go ahead. Sorry. What?
What's that?
Oh, I had interrupted you. I was apologizing. What were you saying?
Oh, I may have thought in that, crossed my mind a long time ago, about the voice thing, but I don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of things happen. Been in a funk, so we'll see.
Yeah. No, I get that. You've been feeling discouraged. And what I'd like to say is, I've got 60 seconds left, so I'm going to use it to say this. You're feeling discouraged because the universe wants you to manufacture excitement and hope and happiness for yourself. Because as soon as you do that, and I know that sounds crazy, as soon as you do that, it's going to show up in your life. And what I mean is take a deep breath and just do something fun for yourself. But don't give up on your dreams, because from now until about August 10th for you, you have opportunities to revive long lost dreams and bring them back. I want you to hear that. I mean, in baby steps, but really, stuff that you gave up on, it's still there. And you're just a baby. So let me know, okay? If you want to contact me on my Facebook site, which is Peri Lyons, Perilyons, says the right there, I'd be happy to just give you a little encouragement, because I do see good stuff for you.